Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Primetime here on ESPN Radio, 99.3 and RBN, the RacinBoys Broadcasting Network. For the next 30 minutes, we're going to talk a little grassroots racing tonight on Primetime. We've got Trenton Berry coming up. He's going to be talking about USMTS racing this weekend at Lakeside Speedway on Friday night, and I-35 Speedway on Saturday night. It's the premier modified touring series in the nation, and it's in the Kansas City area this weekend. If you are a modified fan, folks, you have to go to Lakeside and I-35 Speedway, Kirk, because it's such a great weekend of action. Also, we got Nic Bidinger, who is going to be talking to us about his big win at Lakeside Speedway last weekend. He picked up the night number one modified A main win.
He won easy, didn't he?
It was very easy, as Todd Surprise and I were there last week, and it was not much of a contest. So Nic Bidinger, who is proven once again, the guy has a ton of talent, and he's going to join us in segment number two, Kirk. And before we get into talking to Trenton Berry here just a little bit, this weekend live on RBN, the RacinBoys Broadcasting Network, a slow weekend for us, Kirk. You're going to be down at Randolph County Raceway, Moberly, Missouri, where it's the Speedway Motors ASCS Warrior Region cars. They'll be running down there this weekend. And that's going to be at one heck of a show. Love sprint cars on the 4/10 of a mile, high bank, really fast RCR track.
Yeah, that's always an exciting track for sprint cars. And, you know, if Mother Nature cooperates, we should have some pretty good racing over there, as always is the case at Randolph County Raceway. And we'll have Alan Staley doing the call on the ASCS Warrior
Region. You're going to join him on that, aren't you?
This year. Yeah, I'll be around. I'll be doing some filming of the race and doing some other things while I'm over there. So kind of be a jack of all trades.
Yeah. Well, let's bring in our USMTS expert. You see his work on his website, racingdirt.com. Whenever we want to talk about MLRA or USMTS, he's our go-to guy. Trenton Berry joins us now. Trenton, how you doing, bud?
Man, guys, I'm used to saying good morning, boys, but it's actually good evening, boys. That's a little bit different tonight. Yeah, I'm doing good.
It's more your hours, isn't it, Trenton?
That's true. We're not waking you up early in the morning to have you on this time.
Listen, anytime. This is, perfect hours.
Trenton, it's a big weekend for USMTS, and the fans here in Kansas City, we know they have an appetite for USMTS. They're going to be at really two great racetracks, starting off Friday night, Lakeside Speedway. And it doesn't really get any better when it comes to USMTS than Lakeside Speedway, does it?
Hey, I want to throw that one in there on Thursday, though. I don't want to sell that one short. The cage match on Thursday night at Atchison County.
You know what? I neglected to say that.
Atchison
County Raceway.
It's crazy to think about in the span of 24 hours, though, guys, how you'll go from the smallest racetrack on that tour schedule to, I don't necessarily know it's the biggest. They race on a few fairgrounds, half miles, but absolutely probably one of the top 5 biggest racetracks, and that interesting dynamic between those two, it's really going to show for those fans that can get out and, you know, check out 1, 2, or all 3 of those shows this weekend. If you can check out more than one, you'll get to see how these guys can perform and make those changes to their race cars on several different size racetracks. And that Thursday to Friday is going to be a drastic change. I am absolutely, you know, if you're in Kansas City and you're a race fan, you obviously know about Lakeside Speedway and the great show it puts on, but man, that race at Atchison Thursday night and the show at Mike Johnson's on Saturday, those will be good, tight quarters racing. I'm really looking forward to all 3 of those.
It might be a good excuse. I'm not leaving to go out of town until Friday. It might be a good excuse to go up to ACR for my first time. You know, listen, those guys up there, they don't know what to think of RacinBoys sometime. But I will say this, that I hear nothing but good things about that facility, how clean it is, how nice it is. But the one thing that always comes back is how small it is and where do they put all the cars. Are they going to have an issue with all the cars that are going to be up there and the fans getting in to watch the race?
You know, they didn't last year. I don't want to speak for what there will be, you know, for what will be in store this year, but they didn't last year. They ran this race on a Sunday, and there was kind of some bad weather. Todd Staley really stuck his neck out, and he had the opportunity to cancel that show at the midway point. He was the one financially responsible for that one last year and is again this year as well. So I applaud him for putting that one back on the schedule after he kind of went in the hole on it last year. So, but it's so unique, it's so different. There's no question. It's tight. The pit area is tight, especially with the big super stacker haulers that are going to be rolling in there. But you know what? They found a way to get those guys in there last year, and it is so different. I almost this day and age I long for something that is just a break from the ordinary, and that is what you get there Thursday. And all that stuff's true, Scott. It's clean, it's fast, it's wide, it's well lit, it's racy. The facility is in great shape. Heck, it's not that old.
Right. Well, let's talk a little more. Could you ready to talk more about Lakeside Speedway?
Yeah, opening night last week,
it was
so
good.
The season is off and running for 2017.
It was, and the guy that put them on the rest of the field when it comes to the A-Mods, Nic Bidinger, joins us now. Nick, how you doing, brother?
I'm doing pretty good. How are you guys?
You're kind of a regular on our shows, aren't you, bud? You just win all the time, and we got to get you on because you just know how to take names and last week you did it in a big way.
Well, that's what we try to do. I think when we get on your show, that's a good thing anyway.
Yeah, that's right. Right. Talk about that, man. I mean, just kind of gapped him a little bit at the beginning. Track was slick, top to bottom.
Yeah, it was good. We had a good start there. Really, the track was rubbered up down in 3 and 4, so it was trying to keep the car as straight as possible and not use up the right rear too early in the race. And then as the race went on, 1 or 2 kind of rubbered down too. So got a little bit interesting, a little dicey in the lap cars, trying to get through them. When the track rubbers down, the slower guys pick up speed too, and it makes it really hard to race around them. So it was good though. It's the way we wanted to start the season.
Yeah, hey, let me ask you this: do you personally? We won't mention any names. Do you have a problem with a B mod driver dropping down to an E mod?
I've always kind of been, and we've been at this point a few times.
Right.
You race, in my opinion, you race within your budget. If the day comes and I can't afford to race A mods, I'm going to go race B mods because I want to be racing. I grew up racing all the time, and if I can't afford to race A mods competitively, I'll go race a B mod. I don't think there's any shame in that. But for somebody that's an over budgeted B mod team to drop down, I wouldn't necessarily like that very much. But I think you race within your economical limits and do the best you can.
Or your skill set too, I think has something to do.
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, if you're struggling in B mods, dropping down to an E mod, I don't see an issue with that. I think that's just a smart move for everybody involved.